If you have attended our free online masterclass on investments, you would recall that I spoke to you about investment into commodities and precious metals. Well, today on the show, we have Durban based CEO Sholain Perumal of the Gold Bar, and she's giving us some insight into investing in gold.
Welcome to the Wealth Nation podcast, a podcast for every mother, daughter, grandmother, sister, and wife, and the men who are smart enough to tune in. The Wealth Nation podcast brings you all you need to know about investments, business, property investments, personal finance, and all-around financial wellness. Here is your host, Yolanda Rose.
Hi there, and welcome to the Wealth Nation podcast. This is your host, Yolanda Rose, and this podcast is all about empowering women by providing fresh, innovative ideas on business and personal finance. Now, if this is your first time that you are listening to the Wealth Nation podcast, be sure to subscribe on whichever platform that you're listening on. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Stitcher, we're on Spotify, we're on TuneIn, we're also on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and you also leave us an honest review of what you really think about the Wealth Nation podcast. The Wealth Nation podcast is sponsored by FreshBooks. FreshBooks is the all-in-one small business invoice and accounting solution. The all-new FreshBooks is accounting software that makes running your small business easy, fun, and secure. Spend less time on accounting and more time doing the work you love. For your 14-day free trial of FreshBooks, go to www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com/FreshBooks. Is gold still a good investment? Gold has been important in the modern economy as it centers on the fact that it has successfully preserved wealth throughout thousands of generations. The same cannot be said for paper-dominated currency. In the early 70s, 1 ounce of gold equaled $35. So let's say at that time, for $35, you could buy yourself a fancy bicycle. Okay, so you had this ounce of gold, or would you keep the $35? Both would buy you the same thing. However, if you had an ounce of gold today and converted it into today's prices, it will still be enough to buy you that bicycle. But at the same time, $35 would fall short. In short, you would have lost a substantial amount of your wealth if you decided to hold $35 as opposed to the 1 ounce of gold, because the value of gold has increased while the value of the dollar has been eroded by inflation. Well, not just the dollar, every other currency as well. So if I gave you $1,000 today or $1,000 worth of gold, which will be a better investment? In this episode of Wealth Nation, I am speaking to Durban-based gold entrepreneur Sholain Perumal. Sholain started off at humble beginnings working as a cashier straight out of matric, as she did not have the funds to study. She studied part-time, traveled to Europe, and returned and started working in various corporates in South Africa. She eventually landed a job at DW Bullion, working her way up to CEO of the company. She then invested in the company, and a few years later, as a part owner, the company broke up, and Sholain rebranded her portion of the company into the Gold Bar. And today we're talking to the CEO and a self-made woman, Sholain Perumal, and she's going to talk to us today about how we can start investing in gold and why we should invest in gold. Sholain Perumal, welcome to the Wealth Nation podcast. You are currently the CEO of a national gold buying brand, the Gold Bar. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I basically have a gold recycling company currently, but I've started from very humble beginnings. After school, I've actually started working as a cashier in Pick n Pay and worked my way up from there. So I've had, I basically put myself through college, and currently today am the CEO of the Gold Bar.
Are you specifically in Durban? Are you nationwide? Where exactly are you located?
I have 7 stores around the country. I've got 3 based in Durban and 4 in Johannesburg. The last store opened was in Canobia Mall in March 2019.
Nice. So the Gold Bar. Tell us all about it. What is your business all about?
Well, we're a gold recycling company. We basically buy old, damaged, unwanted, broken jewelry from the public, and we pay them cash for it, in a way offering them an opportunity to either use the funds for much needed daily requirements or alternatively invest in Kruger coins or gold medallions, which is a better, safer bet of gold investment.
I have many wealth management clients that are not looking for the traditional investments such as a unit trust or an endowment plan. And more often than not, I find myself telling them that, when you get a sizable amount like 5,000, 6,000 Rand, go and buy yourself a 1 ounce Kruger. Maybe 4 coins a year. I feel that it's going to be worth your while sometime in the future. So basically, what I'm asking is, am I giving them the right advice? Is gold still a solid investment?
I think gold is a very good investment. We have seen gold grow in value over the years, over the decades, basically, starting at $35 an ounce in 1970 to today's price, which is $1,393 per ounce. So it's like any investment, it's not always a steady uphill growth. There are ups and downs, but it has proven to be the most stable investment around the world.
Let's say I have a couple of thousand Rand extra this month, and I go to the gold bar. I buy myself a Kruger coin, maybe a 1/10 or even a 1 ounce. And what's next? How does this coin bring me value?
Basically, investing in gold is not an overnight get-rich-quick scheme. It is a long-term investment. So if you're going the route of investing in Kruger coins or gold medallions, you must be able to want to keep it for a few years before seeing a return. Now, gold has proven to increase in value over the years, and it's always a safer bet. And the other good thing about it is the price is not as volatile compared to other assets. The gold market has the record of staying high for a long period of time. And the most important thing is gold is globally accepted, hence can be traded anywhere in the world. Okay. So you're not confined to a specific country or a specific time to buy or sell gold. You can keep it for as long as you want, and when the price is right, you can sell it. It's actually one of the most liquid assets to have.
Well, let's say that I pick gold to be one of my investment avenues to form part of my retirement portfolio. I am 35 now. By the time I retire at 65, let's say I have about a 51 ounce Kruger Rands. How much can I expect at retirement?
Well, as I said, it's all dependent on the market. So there's no set amount that I can give you that I can base my life on, that it is going to be at that point in time. But if you look at history and the rise in the gold price over the decades, you can see the steady upward growth in it. There are times during the period I've suggested between 1970 and today, 2019, where the gold price has dropped, but it always bounces back up.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Tuned In. Now back to the show.
So other than buying Kruger Rands, what are other ways that I could get involved in investing in gold?
Well, basically, buying a Kruger coin or a gold medallion is something that's tangible, that you can hold in your hand and say, I have it, and obviously keep it in a safe place. With regards to current investments, a lot of people wear gold jewelry, which basically they pass down generations. And I've seen in my business a lot of young people now who have inherited their parents' jewelry. Well, jewelry goes out of fashion quite quickly. So they basically selling those and investing in coins. So in my opinion, gold investment is safest if it is in gold coins, Kruger coins, medallions.
So in terms of coins, I know that the Kruger coin is the most popular way of trading gold in the world. But other than Kruger, me as a mere mortal citizen of South Africa, which other way can I invest in gold?
Well, in South Africa specifically, we have the Mandela coin that is 24 karat as opposed to the Kruger coin, which is 22 karat. So that's quite popular, but that's very scarce because there was only a certain amount made. So that coin seems to be quite popular as well, with people looking to buy them. There's you get other cheaper options which you can invest in, like gold medallions that come in 1 gram, 2.5 grams, and 5 grams, as well as small gold bars starting at 10 grams.
Well, you know, in Dubai, they have these gold vending machines where you can literally put money into this machine and a gold bar or coin pops out.
And a gold coin, yes, I have heard. I don't think we have those vending machines in South Africa, but you can get a 10-gram gold bar, well, in South Africa for as little as possibly around about 8,000 rand.
Wow, 8,000 for a gold bar. Well, it's better to buy a gold bar than buy a big a big screen TV. I mean, the bar will go off in value, but in 2 years' time, your 10,000 rand TV is worth like 4 or 5,000. So gold is definitely a far better bet. Well, Sholain, as you know, we're living in South Africa. Safety is definitely an issue. How do we keep our coins, medallions, and bars safe?
Well, from my business, I've heard horror stories from my customers regarding jewelry being stolen, whether walking in the street or people breaking into their homes. So I would always advise people to keep their gold coins in an IVV gold vault. Some banks offer it as well, which is a safety feature. You get a little box in a top security institution.
So, Sholain, let's go back to the gold bar for a minute. You mentioned that you guys buy unwanted gold items. How exactly does that work?
So basically, we're a gold recycler. So, to save the excess of mining, which is obviously quite damaging to the environment, we recycle old gold. So a lot of people, without even knowing, they have a broken earring or a lost earring or a piece of chain lying around that's not really worth anything, or so they think. They sell it to us. We basically melt it back down into the bullion bars. So we're a recycler. So we are saying there are so much of jewelry in circulation, instead of mining them from the ground, which has harmful effects, we rather recycle what's around. So basically, these items that I purchase gets melted back into the bullion bars and recycled back into the economy and used again to make other products.
Now, is this something that you do in-house or somebody external does the melting down for you?
I currently sell it to an external refinery.
So I have some broken pieces of jewelry that I have lying around the house. I bring them over to you at the gold bar. Then what happens?
We basically weigh it, we test it for the carat, and we offer you a price.
And would you make payment on the spot?
On the spot. Cash, EFT, or via an e-wallet option.
Sholain, tell us, how long have you been in the gold business and how long has the gold bar been around?
Well, basically, the company was actually called DW Bullion. I joined the company in 2012. And we recently, I was the CEO of the company, and recently my business partners and I decided to go separate ways because as we had different ideas of what we wanted out of the business. So I have rebranded, started rebranding since January 2019, all my DW Bullion stores into the gold bar.
Other than gold, what about other precious metals such as silver or platinum? What advice can you give us regarding those precious metals?
Well, basically, I've noticed in the last few years, they've now developed silver Kruger coins, which seem to be quite popular, as it is a cheaper option of getting into an investment market. So it is much more affordable for people to basically start buying the silver coins. Now, that as well will take longer to increase in value as opposed to the gold.
Do you stock silver Kruger rands at the gold bar?
We don't at the moment. Okay, at the moment, silver is around 7 rand per gram.
Okay.
So basically, it would be years as well for it to pick up.
Sholain, as a successful businesswoman in the gold industry, what advice can you give the Wealth Nation that's listening to us right now?
Well, in this day and age and the economy, and most people feel that they don't have any faith in the economy or the current situation. And we all know retirement annuities, as brilliant as it is, basically when we retire covers our basic needs in terms of medical aid and basic living expenses. But if you want to live a comfortable life, you need other options in terms of investments as a backup, as an addition to your retirement annuity, basically. And I would suggest that would be, or the safest bet for me would be investing in gold coins.
Well, I know that you are very entrepreneurial. What else are you into other than the gold business?
Okay, I have a hair and beauty salon based in Umhlanga Rocks, which basically targets women who want to look and feel good. I'm very into women empowerment as well, and mentoring young people, especially those out of school. It just seemed over the years that I've mentored more women than men. Not to be biased, but in this day and age, or the last few years, it's much harder for women to basically step into the limelight and compete in a man's world, if I have to put it that way. So with a lot of perseverance and hard work and refusal to give up, it is definitely possible.
Is the gold business something that women should be getting into?
No, absolutely. It's a business for anyone. A little while ago, I had a conversation with a jewelry store owner, and he was extremely surprised to see a woman in this industry. And I don't like to basically be categorized in there's a certain department for a man and a certain department for a woman, and the quicker us women cross those boundaries and build something for ourselves, the better it'll be.
So how does the Wealth Nation reach you, Sholain? I'm sure after this, there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of people keen to diversify their portfolios and invest into gold. So how do people reach out to you? Where can they contact you?
Well, you can look at my Facebook page called The Gold Bar, as well as contact us at support@goldbar.co.za.
Thank you so much for coming through today. I know you have a busy schedule and you've really taken your time to come out of your way here and come talk to me today. I'm sure that you've provided a lot of women out there with some great advice on how they can start investing in gold and diversifying their portfolios. Thank you so much, Sholain.
Okay, great. Thank you for having me.
So that's my interview with Durban-based entrepreneur Sholain Perumal. I hope that this episode has encouraged you, no matter where you are in your life right now, no matter what situation you're in. I am sure Sholain's story is able to lift you out from whatever situation. Be inspired by what she's accomplished, what she's going to accomplish, and link up with her on Facebook. Her page is The Gold Bar. And also don't forget that if you have not quite understood about investments, investing in precious metals, unit trusts, and RAs that we've discussed in this episode, join us tonight for our free investor masterclass. Go to our website, it's www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com, and sign up for our free masterclass.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to visit our website at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com and sign up for our free investment